When I think of the legacy of Columbia Land Trust, I think of the accumulation of stories that come with each one of the properties. My name is Glenn Lamb. I'm the Executive Director at Columbia Land Trust. I wish that everybody that lives in this region could be on my shoulder when we're off talking with landowners and could meet these people firsthand. These are truly some of the most inspiring people in the world.
Columbia Land Trust has a sweeping vision built one story and one landscape at a time. One of these stories is now being created on a ridge east of the Cascades near the Columbia River.
I would describe this valley as one of the best preserved, most pristine agricultural valleys left in Wasco and Hood River counties. We're in the Mill Creek watershed. We're about 15 minutes outside of the Dalles, Oregon. Without proactive work and protection for this area, it is going to disappear under urban development. We're essentially discovered, and it's changing property values. It's created quite a real estate fever, and that makes me nervous about open space.
Local landowner Bruce Lumper partnered with Columbia Land Trust to begin saving some of this open space for an alternative future.
I believe there are long-term economic benefits to protecting this area. It'll provide recreation, it'll provide an area of open space for a view, for habitat for wildlife, for citizens that are going to have less and less of that land available to them. My name is Bruce Lumper, and I live out here on Mill Creek.
Mill Creek is a unique landscape of open grassland and pine oak woods. Because of its biological diversity, this is one of the region's most important habitats, making it a focus for Columbia Land Trust.
Pine oak woodland is a rarity. Right in this mid-Columbia 5-county area is probably the main pine oak woodland in the country. At certain times of the year, this is all yellow and blue with balsamroot and lupine. And some of these balsamroot I've read are over a couple of hundred years old, so there's kind of old growth perennial flowers up here.
Today, on behalf of animals who traverse the ridgetops on these conserved lands, an obstacle course of fences is about to come down, with a little help from Land Trust volunteers.
I'm grateful that you're all here today, and this is a first chance to have a crew out here to take down fence.
I really believe that the Columbia Land Trust supports what I'm trying to do. Every step of the way, they've been a joy to work with.
Bruce really shows the power of one person to be able to make a difference. And we talked to them about what's needed to conserve a larger area that has real significance for habitat. He didn't get discouraged. He turned around and went and started talking to his neighbors and decided he was going to help raise a lot of money to help make the larger vision happen.
I call it an extracurricular activity. The Mill Creek Ridge Project, or the Open Space Project, is a roughly 212 acres. And to put that in perspective, it's going to protect about 1.5 miles of the ridge. And then eventually hope to connect that all the way to the National Forest, which would be another 5 or 6 miles up the ridge. That would be a great legacy to leave.
Daddy,
Yo.
can you help me start this?
Sure. This property I look at as one more piece of the puzzle, and as the population density increases in this area and in the river corridor itself, it becomes more and more important. That's one of the nice things about the Land Trust is they look at land, they look at community more like that, where it's a connectivity with different habitats along the Columbia River. My name is Mark Vlahakis. I live in Portland.
There's so many different ways that the properties that Columbia Land Trust has conserved are connected. I believe that this network that we're putting together is truly the backbone. It is the core support, life support system for ourselves, for this region, for birds, for amphibians, for mammals, for people.
Look at this crew go.
My name's Claire Vlahakis, Being up here today and doing this work makes me feel really good. It's important to save a place like this. It's really nice. This is gonna like stay exactly how it is, or if it changes, it won't be because of us.
I like to think of the future generations that are going to be able to be inspired in ways that I can't even imagine today, because I can't even imagine all the changes that I know will be occurring around us.
This is a little piece of trying to do something for the good here locally versus trying to take on the world. So trying to do a little project and do it well, and hopefully have that be a benefit to the common community.